This is a human, also known as a Homo sapien. He is in search of something he has lost, something we all lose in our life, and struggle to recover. What is he searching for? Wonder. The driving force that has advanced societies for millennia. Without it, we experience a lack of purpose, a loss of taste, and the loss of excitement. But when we rediscover wonder, what are we capable of?
If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you! Oh, back to your sandwich, beggar! Hey, I've got nothing on!
Okay, bye-bye. I've grown to become content with content in my life, whether it's anime or video games. I want to give you a peasant's perspective into a game sparked to that childlike wonder I used to have.
Gods! How droll. I think not, you rotter! What glorious spectacle!
Let's go back. Do you remember the time when you used to go out with your siblings and fight all day? Explosion! And yet still would spend all day together?
We sure had a lot of fun times together, didn't we? I'm sorry!
And upon going home, boy, I'm beat! Mom! I'd enter a world of video games. Like Final Fantasy X. Blitzball. The greatest sport ever imagined in a video game. And also a game addressing all those internal issues as a child that you had with your family and how there's value in imperfection.
Dad?
Yeah.
I hate you.
I know.
And then you grow up. Adolescence. Friendships begin and friendships fall apart. Dude, why the hell does this stock footage even exist? It looks like you're peeping in on freaking 12-year-olds. What the hell? Anyway, continuing on. Adolescence. Constant change. You obsess over a crush for weeks, months, hoping...
Hey, pretty lady. Nice to meet me. What's up, babe? Wanna give me a smidge?
All for you to confess and last together for maybe a week if you even can get a guess.
Oh man, Mom. She said no. But it's alright. She's a hoe.
And then I'd go home and play Oblivion. I didn't know fast travel was a thing, so I'd just go into a random direction into the woods and just turn out the other end at some point.
There's evil afoot, citizen.
I'm afraid your journey ends here, traveler.
All the time I'd spend choosing what job, what class am I, what do I do? I finally had a choice in how I played games, just like I was about to have to make choices in my life. Big life changes and choices. Marriage, siblings
honey,
and friends settling
Mom.
down in faraway places.
What?
Maybe college or starting a career. So you start working every day. You're in the same relationship, the same zip code, the same hobbies, and it becomes routine. But gaming, right? Our escape from reality or a way to explore something different than what we're used to. In adulthood, it became a way to connect with all the people I lost. Friends that move away, the siblings that move away, you know, flavor of the month, Pal World, Helldivers, to reconnect. And it's a good time, don't get me wrong, but it became partly a job. Gotta hop on, I want to talk to my friends, right? But maybe sometimes I want to play something where I explore something new, to really find wonder. Every time there was a new AAA game, what was it? God of War, the 5th, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and even Elden Ring. I love Dark Souls, but number 5 Souls game? Recycle, remaster, remake, all the same words to me. And then the indie, right? Everybody's saying, oh, indie this, indie that. What's Pal World? Just another survival game with cute pets. That's the twist, right? Oh, what about 2D platforming? It's just a twist on a formula that we've been used to for decades. What will capture the wonder that I used to have as a child? Like Final Fantasy X's Blitzball, or Oblivion's open world that just felt so alive. I want to have that feeling of freedom.
Freedom? Did someone say freedom? Oh boy, that's my favorite. Did you know democracy is the single greatest system in the world? It essentially allows us to put on a show to give you a great impression of the most popular people and see who wins. Wouldn't it be cool if we could make our opponent disappear? I feel like that would be great for democracy.
What a great idea!
Heed me, O kingless. Whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown.
He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
In the name of my people, I will strike you down where you stand!
Once more, I take up arms in my liege's name!
A fallen line! Let's want to get stuck like that.
This shit is wild. And obviously this is from the guys who made Persona. I tried Persona 5. The story was trying to build off of this like teenage angst and just fell apart after the first dungeon, treating mature themes as a 10-year-old's intuition. It was just so... I couldn't bear it. So I'm a little hesitant. And then I saw a clip of Luis.
How long before we're overrun?
Yeah.
You can only blame your king's weakness.
Yeah.
And thus,
Fuck up.
who deserves his crown?
Get him.
A man of
Kill him out!
How dare you, scoundrel! Your words verge on treason!
Against what ruler, Blue Blood?
Oh.
The dead cannot be betrayed.
Yeah. It just gave me these like Code Geass vibes. And then they put out a demo on Steam. What more do you need?
Get on with it, man. Drop the dog. Hang him dead.
Metaphor has captured the wonder of a world.
You will hang by the neck until dead!
Distinct, fresh, immersive.
Such a shame.
Races abundant, racism overflowing. You get constantly reminded of how despicable your race is.
You dare interfere in my fight. Know your place.
It's refreshing, especially when you consider the whole point of this game is democracy. Watching a country shift from monarchy to democracy and all the problems that come with it. Everybody's trying to kill each other.
Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names.
And it really gives a realistic view on how in an uncivilized world, how effed up democracy really is. As I'm spending this time with these people, I'm like, dude, I should be king. Fuck these guys. Who cares about royalty, man? I'm the one putting in the work out here. I'm meeting the locals, the peasants, helping them out. So it kind of like gives you this fresh feel of getting in the dirt with these people. In each quest, often we're getting a more intimate look into these issues, and it becomes more gray. And often we have these softer, bittersweet solutions to the problems. And speaking of solutions, combat.
Oh, power of heroes! This is just what I need!
Combat is the death of many JRPGs. JRPGs have been stuck with the same 100,000 people playing them for 20 years now because they have not innovated. Turn-based games can be good, right? Baldur's Gate 3 came and shat on everyone. With JRPGs, they stick into the mud. Same old, cast the same spell.
Fire!
What's your strongest? Bam, 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 over and over.
Fire!
And it gets repetitive.
Fire!
Your characters aren't really doing much, like, oh, I upgraded my skill and I'm just gonna press that same button over and over for a while.
Fire up!
And I've played my fair share, right? I want to get into JRPGs.
Okay.
I grew up on Final Fantasy, right? How is this not the same slop over and over? There are 3 innovations. Overabundance of mana in many games. There are too many resources and you have no need to control. In this game, you must learn to control your mana, and you must release these fears. MP management usually is an overabundance in most games. In Metaphor, the way the dungeon system works is you have multiple days to beat a dungeon. And there's a calendar system, so you have limited time. You want to use that time to talk to your followers, to increase your bond with them. Maybe you want to increase your royal virtues. So you're trying to be smart with how you spend your mana. You're not just trying to spam your biggest spells, boom, blow everybody up. You're trying to min-max how you use your resources. You can go in there and blast everything, but you're probably going to lose a day or two, right? With MP management in your mind, we have turns. Are you ashamed at how you've played countless games where the sequence in which your characters take turns is irrelevant and your wisdom suffers for it? In this game, it has this icon system where you have 4 full turns, but you can use half a turn. Skipping your turn will only use half. Hitting somebody in their vulnerable spot will do half. You want to utilize your characters so they're hitting the right people. And then you can also use the half turns you have left over as a normal turn. And with that, you're not just considering, hey, what's the best move for this character? You're thinking about the whole team because all of your team goes at once. You have 4 turns to utilize for all 4 of your characters. You could technically go 8 times if everything's lined up perfectly. You could go 2 times. And the reason why both the MP management and the turn system work so well, and the greatest innovation of Metaphor, the job system. Jobs, baby. Hey, loser, Final Fantasy's dead. Fucking jobs. Final Fantasy had it for years, and then fucking threw it in the garbage, and I tried to play Final Fantasy 14, and they threw it in the garbage. The job system adds the oldest trick in the book. The first part of the job system that's so incredible is sub-jobs. Oh, wow, why didn't I think of that? Why do so many games ignore sub-job systems? Holy fuck, isn't it a great way to customize your character? Wouldn't customization be great in a role-playing game? Wow, yes, this is not entirely a sub-job system. Jacob, you fucking liar. Essentially, extra spots for spells from your other classes. So you're a mage and you want to have some fighter skills in there? Boom, you got it. Oh, you're a healer and you want to have some buffs from some other class? Oh, throw that in there. And these do cost a resource, so you can't just toss everything in. So you're managing how you're leveling up each class. And the best and the real most important part about this job system is synthesis. Synergy. Man, I love playing the same old game where I'm gonna throw in a tank and throw in a healer and throw 2 damage dealers, and that's so fun. I love just having everybody buff one character. Isn't that fun? Why don't we have classes interact with each other? Why don't they finally do something together to make something more powerful, more interesting? And so then you have to think, how am I going to build my team? Whoa, Jacob, hold on. It's been 25 years and nobody has done that before. How could... Everybody's avoided that, right? Metaphor, baby. Meta for me horny. The way synthesis works is you can use multiple turns to use more powerful spells. Oh, look. The turn system becomes more interesting. It also takes mana from all the characters. Oh, doesn't that make MP management harder? Yes. So it's already building upon the 2 systems we already have. And then they are more powerful. So why don't we just spam them? Because they take all these turns. They cost all this mana. But they're the most powerful moves in the game. And if we use them on the vulnerable people, they all the turns you use turn into half icons. The way this cascades into something even further than what I just described is how each class that has its synthesis skills only work with other classes. If I've got a mage, the only way he accesses his other magic spells are usually through other magic casters. And then also on top of this, you're thinking, oh, I have 4 characters, right? Later you get 7. And you can swap them in mid-combat for a half turn or a full turn, depending. And now what? Now you've got 7 classes you're thinking about. 7 classes that can mix and match to each other to exploit certain things. And they don't just have one synthesis skill, 4 to 7. So you're just constantly making these decisions of who I want to swap out, who's going to come next. It's a magnum opus. I can't play Honkai Star Rail anymore. I can't play Fire Emblem because I look at them and I'm like, wow, isn't it great that my characters just press the same 2 buttons over and over and they never interact with each other? They never help each other. You must relinquish your grief, accept your loss, and look towards the future. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So, we've addressed the biggest issue with JRPGs, combat. But there's a third pillar that these games stand on that we need to talk about, and that's companions.
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
A noble
Insolent!
with a mouth who's fighting for his people, who's already lost his title and his land, and he's spending the majority of his story working on helping his people. What a bro. What a bro. And then you've got Maria. Oh my god. I don't want a kid, but I want a Maria. Maria's the cutest fucking little girl in my life.
There's so many pictures. Are all books like this? Miss Fabienne taught me how to read a little. She said it helps with keeping me in running.
When I rank my nieces, I consider Maria one of them. The one that surprised me the most, skip to 1956 if you want to avoid spoilers, was Heisme, who I remember playing the game and I accidentally saw a review and saw him and I was like, oh fuck, here we go again. Another fun, cute companion. No.
Hurry and take them
we
out.
fight.
We gotta keep pushing forward.
Now accept your fate. All power of kings.
I want to guzzle his bat dung dripping down into my throat. Heisme is a bat and he's got cutesy, he's got big red eyes, he's got the fluffy ears.
Just didn't want to make a mess I'd have to clean up.
And what is he? He's a dad with a dead son who served assassination corps. And Juna, man, Juna. Voice is so good. I could never get bored of it. And Heisme's voice, I could never get bored of it. And Heidelberg, oh, so many. The voice acting is superb. I do have one personal complaint. Why the fuck is Catherine not a party member? Holy shit. Some of the character designs in this game are absolute ass. That is my biggest complaint about companions. Personally, one of my favorites, she looks like a turd. Her dress is literally just fucking flower polka dots, and they're like the most 1D garbage ass looking dress ever, and she's like the cutest character. Why did we do this, guys? And then you have Catherine and Brigitte, and they're like super hot, tall, colorful, really well done clothing. Like, why are any of them my party? Why did we choose to use carpet as our dress? So at the end of it all, Is this game going to awaken the wonder inside of you?
Hell yeah, brother!
Oh yeah?